Alright, what's up everybody? Today I'm going to be talking about how to conquer life as a teenager. Now what do I mean by conquering life? Because we can go by all different definitions, but the way I'm going to define it is maximizing your potential and excelling in all aspects of life. So freedom, socially, self-respect, confidence, etc. All those kind of things that self-improvement goes for. We're not going to talk financially, maybe a little bit, but if you look at the most impactful, influential people in history throughout time, they weren't known for their wealth. They might have been known for what got them that wealth, but yeah, they were known for the things that they did, not the wealth that they had. So those are the true people who I think fulfilled a purpose and you can kind of respect. Not for their money, but because their accolades, their mindsets, philosophies, etc. So, I'd like to start off with a little bit of a story and kind of go into how I guess, I don't want to say that I've conquered life because there's always more work you can do, but just something I've experienced and excelled in all these different aspects of life and compared to when I began or where our story begins. So I've had this Minecraft channel for a while, Minecraft YouTube channel. Been doing it full time for about 4 years now, and about December 2022 I realized things needed to change. Even though I was financially free, I had freedom, I wasn't in college, I was 18 years old or something like that, I was sitting on my ass all day. I wasn't getting any better, and I was kind of bored of making these types of videos. I was extremely grateful to have this opportunity, but I felt like I could do more. So, very opposite side of the spectrum of making Minecraft videos, I went and decided I was going to climb Mount Everest. So, just a month ago, we ended up summiting and we made it happen. The point I'm trying to get at here is in that time period between thinking of this goal and then completing the goal, I had completely changed as a person. I started to improve all aspects of my life. Hold on one second. This brother's flying over me right now. Anyways, improved all aspects of my life, physically, mentally. I got smarter, I would say, physically stronger. My life improved 3x, I say. During this time, I was training for this goal, making it happen, and then of course fulfilling the goal. So what I'm trying to get at is, you will not conquer life and fulfill your purpose or your dream, which I think those three are the same thing. You will not do that by buying some $2,000 course, listening to some gurus, or going for some financial goal. It's going to be a goal that comes from your heart, you're drawn to, and of course is challenging. The tribulations, trials, and challenges required to reach that goal is what's going to lead you to conquer life. Become the best version of yourself and maximizing your potential. And that's what truly I think leads to the most fulfilling life that everyone here should strive for. So I'm going to be going over like 5 principles that, here, I'm on a rock right now. Oh, and there goes my trekking pole. I'm like 5 hours into this rock right now. I'm going to be going over 5 principles that I kind of stuck by, lessons I learned while going through all of these different processes, from making my Minecraft channel work to climbing Mount Everest. So if somebody was to come up to me and ask, how do I achieve this dream? How do I, actually, you know what, let's step back a second. So someone wants to really improve their life, may be depressed, have all this stuff going on, and they come to me and ask, what do I do? The first thing that I would do, and what I think was key to everything I've done, is identifying that goal in the first place. We just talked about, okay, I wanted to do Mount Everest. It wasn't a dream I've had all my life, but it ended up coming along, crossed my path, and I was extremely drawn to it. But this could be anything. This could be you want to have your own bakery. You want to be a YouTuber. You want to be an engineer and make electric cars or anything like that. Everybody has some sort of dream or goal that they're drawn to. It is a lie if you say you don't. I think we all just think we might not because we're kind of conditioned not to be attracted to our, I guess, like biggest dream, because we've been told that it's impossible or we haven't been able to work on it because of school. You know, this is for teenagers and whatnot. And we're just not really expected to make things happen in our life when we're young. So setting this goal and everything in between setting it and accomplishing that goal is going to be what changes your life. But it all starts with setting it. This should be some sort of goal, dream, purpose that you're very attracted to. As a teenager, seriously, you have one and it is achievable. So don't let any, I don't know, school system or anything like that tell you that it's not. And that sounds corny, but I really don't give a fuck. It's so true. Now, once you have that goal, okay, that's kind of the easy part. Of course, the next step is to just start. This is second principle, and honestly, the biggest one, in my opinion, is just to start. And I know that sounds really generic, but think about this. If you ask most successful people, let's just take, for example, I asked millionaires how they got rich or something like that. If you ask most successful people what their biggest regret is, most of the time, they end up saying it's that they didn't start sooner. If you're young, most likely you don't have any liabilities. No one's depending on you. So it's really consequence free. There's no reason why you shouldn't go ahead and try for this goal. So, I want you to put that into perspective, that literally one of the biggest regrets of all these successful people is that they didn't start sooner. You have time. Don't say that you don't because of school. You do. There's single mothers out there balancing 3 jobs because they have to. You don't have to put in all this work, but you should. So put in the work now before you have to put in the work. I kind of want to go into when I first started. I'm just going to say YouTube because that's when I really started developing kind of my mindset, philosophies and everything. Was trying to make YouTube work. And my videos were fucking ass. Like, I cannot watch back any of my first videos because they're so awful. You will not be an expert at anything when you start. You will not be at the top when you start. But starting early and starting young, in 6 months, just see where you're at. It's gonna be such a different game in 6 months if you start right now. It's gonna compound. And you might not be happy with results right away. You might not have any results. That's completely normal. But that's gonna kind of lead us into our next principle. Once you do start, is overanalyzing those things. About progress. We call this analysis paralysis. So what's analysis paralysis? Well, the name's pretty self-explanatory. You analyze things too much, so much that you don't make any progress, you don't move. I get this a lot. I'm actually having this right now. I was hiking out here all day thinking, oh, I'm gonna wait, it's too buggy out. I'm gonna wait until the next time I come out when it's less buggy. Then I won't be as bad of a recording. It just does not matter. Like, you just gotta get out and get the reps in, because in the 2 weeks you might spend overthinking, you could have gotten 2 weeks of all right progress in, but you would have learned from it. So this is why I always say, one of my big philosophies is Don't work for results, work for improvement. And that's what you should focus on. Once you change your mindset to only focusing on improvements, then you stop overanalyzing. Because overanalyzing and analysis paralysis, it stems from the fear of failure. So once you eliminate that fear of failure, which is expecting a certain result, you will move so carelessly through whatever goal you're working on that you'll actually achieve it 2 times faster than if you overthought everything. So as teenagers, I'd say this affects us a lot. Because first of all, most of us have never failed before, nor seen success and knows what it takes. And on the other hand, kind of what I was saying a few minutes ago, was we don't have any liabilities, we don't have any people depending on us, so we have time to overthink. Do you think the trash guy who's providing for his 3 kids and his wife goes out every day overthinking? Does he have time for that? No. He has to go to work, get the job done, and get back home, because he doesn't have another choice. But when you're not expected of anything, like most of us teenagers are, it gives you that time to overthink. So you can either use that time wisely and improve as much as you can, because you have so much time to just build a base of skills and improve, or you can let that excess time bite you and drag you down. So that's my second principle. I mean, fuck, that's so important. People just forget about this entire process and they're afraid of something not working. You'll never regret taking that risk, in my opinion, especially when you're young and a teenager, because you quite literally have no downside for doing it. Okay, it doesn't work after 6 months. Well, you've just done 6 months of work. You're probably smarter, better at whatever passion, purpose you've committed yourself to. I mean, you gotta look at it on that side. Once you stop focusing on the results and just improvement, you will see success not only in life, in all the aspects we've talked about, and also whatever goal that you've committed yourself to. See, they go hand in hand. So the third, actually this is the fourth principle, is, I went into a little bit of this earlier as well, but it's really just, you need to follow your own path. If you're a teenager or you're young, it's so easy to become really impressionable to all these influencers selling their dropshipping course, doing all of this. But you're really only going to improve if you figure these things out yourself. I always like to think, so I used to be big into day trading, but I stopped because I did some extremely risky trades, which were gambling. It was literally gambling. But I used to be in these trading discords. So you'd have these big stock guys, they'd send out their signals, you pay 20 bucks a month to get them. Somehow, the guy who was sending out the signals was making money, but I wasn't. So it's because, oh fuck. It's because this guy actually knows what he's doing. He knows risk tolerance. He knows when to sell, what not to buy. I mean, knows not to be greedy. But a little trader that comes right in doesn't know any of this. They have no experience. I'm not even saying trading is sustainable. Usually it is the guy selling the course making money, but it's just a little example. You can't be influenced by these people. Now, you can feel inspired, but it's more of like a do as I say, not as I do type thing. You never hear a lot of these guys talking about lessons that they're learning at the current time, which I think would be really useful. Mostly they just say, I'm incredibly successful now. I had a bad backstory, blah, blah, blah. Same yappery you always hear. Ooh, we're making some elevation gain right now. Locking in, boys. But yeah, seriously, stick to your own path. You'll learn way more if you actually go down a unique thing. And most of the time, none of that shit works. So stop listening to all these influencers' ways to make money, because at the end of the day, they're just making money off you, and they're probably depressed because their entire lifestyle revolves around materialistic things. Anyways, hold up. Let me catch my breath real fast. Check out the scenery though. I've already went up and down this trail 3 times today. All right. So now, last little principle thing I wanted to go over, which I think is one of the, besides overanalyzing for failure, is one of the biggest things holding teenagers and young, ambitious people back to achieving their full potential, conquering life, is they're held back by their environments because they don't want to feel left out. So when I locked in on YouTube, I became a loner, bro. I was in my room all day making these videos. There's months, periods, where I didn't see a soul outside of high school. And that's just the way it has to be sometimes. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. You can balance it as much as you want. But what do you want to tell your kids when you get older? Maybe you won't have kids, okay. Random kid who needs some motivation comes up to you on the street. What are you gonna say to him? That you spent your days in high school, college, vaping, partying, drinking, like 99% of other people, and look at where you are now? Or are you gonna tell that kid and your kids the actual legacy you could have had, which was accomplishing your dreams, and by the way, the effect that this would have on said kid is immeasurable. When they see someone, it's like superheroes, you know? They'll feel so inspired. And that doesn't need to be a reason why you do any of this, but is that really what you're gonna tell people when you get older? Is, yeah, I had dreams of climbing Mount Everest, but it was too much training. I needed to train on the weekends? No, I want to party on the weekends. Like, what the fuck? And we all know that's unfulfilling as hell. Don't even lie to yourself. I'm getting a little bit based here. I'm very, to really increase your chances of this and achieving that goal, the more time you put in, the more likely you are to succeed. But again, it depends on what you want to trade off. Do you really want to trade off that weekend off? And I believe there is a little bit of truth in work hard, play hard, but you gotta know when the line needs to not be crossed. I can assure you, if you commit to that goal, forget about all these fucking instant gratification, easy dopamine, parties, drugs, alcohol, weed. Last time I smoked was in 6th grade. Some kids Juul because I wanted to fit in. I fucking hate myself for that. So next time you think about giving up on what you're passionate about and really maximizing your potential, just think of that light on the other side and the experiences you'll have if you stick to it. You're gonna be in your 20s, 30s, literally 2 years from now, living a life you would have never had if you had given into those internal demons. So yeah, getting a little bit buggy out here, but hope you all enjoyed this talk. I'm gonna finish off this ruck. Let's get after it. Come on now. See you all. Thanks for watching.